Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So it's kind of like gloomy out. Vic, you look kind of like, you know, like, I don't know. I look summer, you look like, does that make sense? I didn't know. Was the season. You look like if you had dark hair, you'd be an e-girl. Alright. I don't know. Anyway, we decided we'd do a video on product regrets. What on? Do you see that? No. Right on my under eye. Oh, it's a smudge. Oh. Anyway, redo. Today we're going to be doing product regrets. We've got a lot of them. No, it's not a smudge.
What are you looking at?
Look at my under eyes.
I don't see anything, Rachel.
What's happening?
There's nothing there.
Yes, there is. Look, you don't see that?
No, I don't see anything.
You can see my eyes.
What?
There's a second eyeball.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is, like a light. I cannot wait to look through this footage and find that second set of eyes because I'm not crazy. So first and foremost, some of these have been gifted from each other.
Yeah.
But I would like to say the Norvina Volume 3 has to be one of the most disappointing things I've tried in a very long time. 1000%.
Pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
One of the worst eyeshadow formulas I've ever tried in my life. I got one decent look out of it. If you use like the cohesive colors, so if I use like only the greens, it would turn out okay. But if I used like a green and the orange or the green and the yellow, like it just didn't work. I don't know what was up with that. Norvina Volume 2 is better. Or Volume 1, sorry. Volume 1 is better, the purple one.
But the only reason we keep that around is for the matte white. Because everything else is just...
It's decent.
Decent.
It's not $60 worth, though.
I wish they were just the regular ABH formula, but in those palettes.
But they're not.
But they're not.
If it was, I would have all three of them by now. But yeah, those were just worst regrets ever.
Pretty bad. So NYX, they have this bronzer. It's called the California Beamin' Bronzer, and I don't think it was just the shade that was wrong, okay? They had 3 shades. Like a light that was like more of a, almost a cool tone. And the medium, which was very orangey, which I was like, heck yeah, like
yes.
Color of Matte Give Me Sun. And I swatched it and I was like, wow, this is like really gorgeous, and it felt really creamy. And then all hell broke loose because I tried it and it was like a metallic eyeshadow in a giant bronzer pan. It was awful, and it was bright metallic orange, and it did not blend. You couldn't use any kind of brush with it. It was just the worst thing I've ever tried. And I had a couple comments because I tried it out in a video, and a couple of the comments were like, oh, I really love that one, maybe you just got the wrong color. I'm like, no, but this formula, how do you use this formula? Like, I got faux freckles when I tried to use a stippling brush. Like, that's how weird it was. It did not do anything good. It was awful. 0 out of 10. Do not buy that stupid product.
I got my money's worth out of this, but Fenty Beauty Fussy and Original Gloss Bomb. Why did I buy them? Because I wanted to be a Gloss Bomb girl. The Diamond Milk Gloss Bomb, she's cute.
I like Diamond Bomb.
She's something that I'll use. The original one, I don't like rosy toned lips. This is the first time I worn a pink lip in God knows how long. I like warm toned concealer nude lips. I don't like pink and rosy tones. So I don't know what I was on thinking that I would love that stuff, but I bought both of them and I used them. I used them as my touch-up lip gloss, so I wouldn't have to use them when I did my look, but when I was at work and my lips were peeling off because they were so dry, I could put on my touch-up lip gloss, and that's how I used them up.
Yeah, because they work well, like, with lipstick, as far as, like, you know how some, like, if you put it over a liquid lipstick, the liquid lipstick will, like, ball up, and those don't do that, so they work really well for that purpose. I love Diamond Milk, and Fussy was a cute color, but definitely the original one was not my favorite. Like, the formula is cute, the smell is not that great, but it's not terrible, I don't know. They're alright. But another thing I must I must mention, which was in that same Ulta haul from fucking hell, the first impressions video that I did. But this Makeup Revolution like foil play eyeshadow palette, we'll like put a picture up, but I was like, wow. I swatched them and I was like, wow. Like, wow. They were like a really funny, like moussey kind of texture, like almost ColourPop Super Shock, but not quite as wet feeling. And then I tried to put them on my eyes and they didn't go on. And I was like, strange, maybe I need some brush action. Normally a finger is the way to go, but I was like, well, I can try a brush. Nope. I tried a wet brush. Nope. I had to like scoop it up and then like paint it on my eye for the color to show up. It was so bad.
But they swatched so pretty.
But they swatched beautifully. Oh, that was a letdown because I love a good metallic shadow. You know me, but those,
Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, there I said it. We had the original shade and I got a deeper shade because Jamie Genevieve used it and I was like, oh, maybe I'd like that. The original shade is too neutral for my liking. Maybe now it would
now
be
that our bronzer
use.
Preferences at the time were a lot different.
They were Mac and Me Sun, that's what they were. And so like a neutral bronzer did nothing to me. Like I was like, where's the warmth? Where's the orange? Like it just didn't, I didn't like it. And it's just a little light, I feel, for my skin tone in general, or for my self-tan tone in general. But then I got the deep shade and I said, yes, finally this will work. It's purple. It's fucking purple.
It looked like a bruise.
It was terrible. I was like, what is this? So, but yet here I am daily debating a new Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer.
I know,
they've got a little
palette.
They've got a little palette on their website of 3 of the butter bronzers. Bitch, if that's not so cute.
They're very cute. I like the smell. She doesn't.
I hate coconut. I
love the smell.
I hate coconut and like pina colada kind of flavors. Everybody's like, it smells like a tropical vacation. No, it smells like just bad alcohol choices in high school. That's what it smells like.
Fair enough. When this one wasn't like the biggest letdown of my life or anything, like it was fine, but I bought the Morphe, the one with the purples and the greens, that palette, and though cute, it worked well enough. I got it because Make Me Up Missa on YouTube, she created the best looks with that thing and I wanted it so bad for so long, even though I don't love Morphe's formula and I hate big palettes these days, like giant palettes, can't stand them. So I was like, okay, I bought it, I used it a couple times, I was like, yeah, it's fine, I probably will never pull this out again. There were a couple shades that I liked, so I was like, oh, I'll depot this. I basically destroyed the whole thing in the process, so I had like 2 shades that I salvaged, but yeah, that one was just like, meh. It was aight.
And then the ABH Riviera palette was like the stupidest purchase we ever made. We did get a decent amount of use out of it when we first got it, but that was more because, okay, Touch AF canceled. I don't know what that means. Go away. But I think it's because that was the time where the first round of the PR search went out. And so we're all on this ABH craze. Oh my god, ABH loves small creators. Oh my god, if we buy ABH, they'll put us on the PR list. Oh my god, ABH, ABH, ABH. So I bought so much ABH during that time. Was my hair hitting you?
No.
Oh, you flinched.
No,
the Alyssa Edwards.
I got a whiff of your armpit.
Oh yeah, I haven't showered yet.
She's so stinky all the time. I don't understand how this happens.
She doesn't even wear deodorant. If I don't sweat. I have to coat I sweat all day, every day. Anyway, plus I'm wearing my self-tanner. I haven't rinsed the base off, so that makes it worse.
Probably an I hate smell.
Yeah.
Self-tanner smell.
But the Alyssa Edwards was really good. I liked that one. I don't think it was necessary to buy, but I feel I have used it enough. And I
would have bought that one over Riviera.
Yeah, because Riviera didn't have like a cohesive matte color story. It got some really pretty shimmers.
In a rut with it.
But all you have is a pink or a purple crease or a brown crease. And it's like there's blue and yellow and all of these beautiful colors that you could use. But it just, you couldn't do that. The one palette that I do not regret buying is the Jackie Aina palette. Now that palette was the best of ABH's releases. They should have spaced out the releases. They shouldn't have released the volume palettes. They should have done a lot different. I'm pretty sick of ABH. I mean, anytime they release something new, I used to be like, yes, I want it. I'm gonna put it on my wish list. I'm gonna watch a lot of reviews. Now there's no fucking reviews. Everybody's tired of ABH.
And the quality is inconsistent too.
Yeah, and so we're all just kind of, I feel like the only people that still really love ABH are
the people on the PR list.
The people on the PR list, or people that are just diehard ABH collectors. But I just think a lot of us are like over them entirely.
I don't know, I look back fondly on the PR search time because we made a lot of friends like on our makeup Twitter during that time. That was how we kind of got our names out. So I'm really glad that she did that, but I don't trust ABH as a brand anymore, especially considering how they've treated some of the small influencers. And yeah, I don't know. Their palettes, though gorgeous, we don't need to buy more of them by any means. Especially, like, I loved the Jackie Aina palette, but I've skipped over pretty much everything after that because I just don't care anymore. Like, Carly Bible, she was cute or whatever, but nothing.
We're not Carly stans, and...
Yeah, I mean, the shimmers looked really cute, but I don't know, I heard hit or miss things about that one.
Oh, the Guerlain Terracotta bronzer. Vic got it for me. Last year, 2 years ago, something like that. I wanted to love this bronzer so bad. I kept using it and I kept using it and I kept using it. The tone is very, very red. It is, I didn't notice how strongly scented it was until later. I don't know how I didn't open it up and go but it's so strongly scented. It does not blend for anything, and even I do not give a single fuck if it blends over a powdered base. I don't powder. Alright, if any other normal bronzer that we have can blend over a powdered base, or an unpowdered base,
then that one should be
able to. It didn't really blend very well. The tone was weird. It was very hard pressed. Oh, the Makeup Forever bronzer, whatever it was. Oh, the one with the waves in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look up what the name is, but oh my god, if I did not try so hard to love that bronzer,
the problem was, when you built it up, it looked gorgeous, like stunning, but you could not get a single ounce of pigment from that bronzer. It wasn't gently pigmented. It was like the whole thing was hard pan.
It was so hard. I saw Jordan Lipscombe or something like that use it, and I was like, yes, another orange queen. She recommends bronzer. Yes, let me try it out. God damn it, Jordan, fuck you.
Farted on camera again.
Guess it's a trend for Twintorials to do little toots.
I just be farting sometimes. She sweats all the time. I fart all the time. I'm so gassy. I don't know what to do with myself half the time. The freaking Amerezy Highlight from Anastasia.
Oh my god.
That thing is so overhyped. So unbelievably overhyped. Is it pretty? Yes. Is it the best highlighter that's ever come out?
No.
Absolutely freaking not. No. It was fine. It's the same as any other champagne-y gold kind of highlight. I will say the color I think they chose was really, really good for that, because I saw it like transcend skin tones. Like, very fair people wore it and very deep people wore it. So that was really cool. The formula was cool because it wasn't like powdery like a normal powder highlighter was, but
it looked the same
but
on
it
the
looked
skin.
the same as any other highlighter I've ever worn. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very
I'm missing something. I swear to God I am.
Yeah, I mean, this was in a time that we were like really obsessed with like the most blinding, the most beautiful highlight ever, and it still didn't like do anything for us. No. I don't know if maybe now it would be something that I'd like more.
Because we probably powdered at that time, right?
I think we were transitioning to not powdering. I think I was for sure still powdering a little bit. You might have been kind of on your way out, but yeah. I don't know, man. That I really wanted to make that work. We ended up giving it away to a friend on Twitter because we had used it maybe a handful of times and we had it for like over a year, and
she had tweeted like, oh, I wish I didn't miss the launch of that, and we're like, here, we'll give it to you.
Well, yeah, take it. We don't need it. So,
fly it out for you.
Yeah, I don't know what the hype behind that was. I really tried to love it. The Becca Opal. Let's talk about this. Jamie Genevieve, you are The one person on this earth I trusted for highlights. The one person. And you decided to tell me that you like Becca Opal. She switched to Champagne Pop. She saw the light. I watched a video, she's like, I decided that Champagne Pop just looks a little bit better. I'm like, you think?
She went through like 2 whole things of Becca Opal.
Oh
like,
my
I've
God.
never seen somebody love a highlighter that much.
It is so pretty, but it's so gray.
It's
like,
so cool toned. It's so ashy gray weirdness.
and like, you would think like, oh, it didn't work on me, maybe because I've got a warmer skin tone. Okay, whatever. Let's put it on Miss Neutral over here. No, still didn't work. Gray, gray, gray. I guess it looked beautiful on camera because every time we tried to show how gray it was, it didn't work. But
I've seen people too with like very fair complexions use it, and when I used it, I literally had like a gray stripe. I don't know how people used that.
I don't get it.
I do not understand. Alright, we had to look through some Sephora stuff from way back when. I have a new hatred ignited in me. Marc Jacobs Remarkable Full Coverage Foundation. I bought it, and because it is like the most opaque thing I have ever put on my face. And at the time, I was like, wow, this is the best thing ever. Because I was a full coverage kind of girl. I wore a lot of foundation and a lot of concealer and a lot of powder. And I bought the Marc Jacobs one. And at first I was like, this looks incredible. And then I started noticing like my smile lines, which I never have a problem with. I never have a problem with smile lines. They were like, they sunk into my face. Like, I think it was before like Laura Lee was canceled. I don't know if she's still canceled because I don't know, she seems like a nice girl. I'm not gonna lie.
I think so too. I've kind of like grazed through her content a little bit. I was never a Laura Lee girl by any means. I rarely ever watched her, but I think that her adopted daughter, her niece, I feel like that's kind of made like a big impact on her life.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I watched one of her videos and she said she hated it. She's like, my husband, we were out and about. I think she said they were at Target or something. And she said, my husband said, don't ever wear that foundation again because I looked like a mess in it. Like, it was so crackly. And then lo and behold, I start seeing what I'd been putting on my face every day, and it was disgusting. Also, I was wearing a lot of self-tanner at the time. I'm so glad I've been like, my eyes have been opened to the horrors that self-tanner can be, because I swear to God, if I was not, I'm not even woke. I'm not woke at all, but I do like to, you know, practice common courtesy. But I swear to God, I'd be a UK makeup girl if I didn't check myself along those lines.
Wasn't that foundation super dark?
It was super dark and super orange. It wasn't even, it was lighter than my self-tan too, because I would layer on like 3 or 4 layers of the Jergens self-tanner, even after I was a lifeguard at the time, so I was already really tan. Before my sun allergy decided to kick my ass, but I was like dark, and then I would layer on self-tanner and I was dark. I hope I have no pictures of that time because I'm scared to see them. I'm afraid. I was repping blackface at one point. I really hope I wasn't.
I don't think you ever got that.
I don't think I ever got that bad, but looking back on it, especially, I'm very pale. I'm pale. I have a slight tan.
I'll grab a picture of her when she was a lifeguard. You look gorgeous tan. She had long blonde hair. She was the epitome of like hot white girl.
I was so hot. I got hit on all the time. I was so hot. And I really let myself go.
Stop. But yeah, I don't remember you ever being that dark, but
I probably wasn't. But just looking back on it, especially now that I don't self-tan, like if I have on a very light layer of self-tanner, I'm like, wow.
See, but self-tanner is something we've had to go and learn through along the way, because I used to always be super patchy all on my neck, and I learned it was because I was always taking like my Drunk Elephant TLC night serum down my neck, and that's exfoliating, so it would exfoliate patches off my neck, and I'm like, why can't I get the tanner to stick? Like, it's all over the rest of me, and then my neck had this giant gaping white patch, and I'm like, what is... but I fixed it. I figured it out. The Sol de Janeiro Glow Oils.
Oh my god.
They have one back there. They are gorgeous on the skin. Gorgeous.
They smell... What do they even smell like?
They smell like bad breath.
They smell like bad breath and pickles and weed. It smells so bad.
Like, it smells like guava. They have new ones.
Are you sure that's what a guava smells like?
They have new ones, and I'm wondering if the scent is different. I thought it was going to be the normal vanilla Bum Bum cream scent, which is why I bought it, because if you don't know me, I am a whore for the smell of vanilla. I love sickly sweet smells, like dessert type smells. Vic doesn't like them, but I don't like sweets very much, so I don't know why I'm like this, but I love the smell of sweets. No, absolutely not. Horrifying. Very upset about that. Too Faced Peach Perfect Matte Setting Powder. No.
Tastes like candy, though.
It does. I would eat it. I can't lie.
Tastes like candy.
And then
and my mom loves it, so.
Kat Von D setting powder and the Laura Mercier. We used Laura Mercier, and then one day we realized that, wait,
it looks awful. I will have to find a picture and put it up on the screen of when I was using Laura. It was my lifeguarding days when I was really tan. I was using the Laura Mercier, and I was using the Wet n Wild Split Pan Contour Kit for the really light banana shade. My under eyes, I was rocking Kim K under eyes, you see, like Kim K ass under eyes. They were so, it was like white. I would do anything to, and I even thought I wanted to lighten them more. I don't know, what did Kim K do to us at that time? Because I disagree wholeheartedly with that. It was terrible. Kat Von D Lock It Concealer.
I don't remember that.
It was the one with the, it was the doe foot applicator, not the squeezy tube one. Awful. Awful. So bad. It was like, it looked like cream cheese under my like dry cream cheese. I don't know how to explain it. Same with Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick. So disgustingly dry and full coverage. Even when I liked full coverage, I hated that. It was so bad. I wore it and I was like, I look amazing because I'm wearing Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick. And everybody loves it.
That was so bad.
It was, I've never seen a worse foundation. Ever. I don't know how people use that. It was so bad. So bad.
Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette that I bought for her for our birthday. No.
I want to love it.
Joe must have used my account to make purchases.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was cute, but it was nothing to write home about at all. We used it in a recent video. Caudalie Beauty Elixir. I've heard a lot of people rave about it. I like the smell of it. It smells very like earthy, but it's very strong. It's very like earthy. I liked the feeling of it on my face, but it did nothing for me. It did absolutely nothing for me. I don't know. It did nothing for me. Urban Decay Naked Illuminating Shimmer Powder.
Oh my god, your high school staple.
Oh my god, it's just straight glitter and I lived for this.
I bought so many of those freaking sets, like those Sephora holiday sets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. The Tartiest clay paint liner, the one in the squeezy tube, I bought 3 of those because everybody talked about it. Everybody loved it. And I wish I had logic back then, but I thought, like, I swear to God, it was when I was lifeguarding. I spent every single penny I made on makeup.
Oh, it was bad. We didn't save a lick of money.
I didn't save any money. I would immediately cash my check and go to Ulta or Sephora or wherever. I bought so much damn makeup and I hate myself for it. But anyway, that Tarte liner, it exploded. It would like gunk up on the inside, and then when you would try to push it out, it would explode everywhere. It would start leaking from the bottom, from the top, from the side. Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Hell.
I think that kind of completes our little roundup of product regrets.
I'm sure there's a million more that we bought way back when.
Oh yeah, we just gotta scroll through our fucking declutters. Oh my god. The sheer amount of money
that we wasted.
There is no way that we have spent under like $6,000 or $7,000 on makeup.
I hate myself.
I cannot believe how much money we spent on makeup during our lifeguard days. Like, this was when we were first dabbling into makeup. I bought I was in high school and I went and I got a Bare Minerals like foundation set. It was like the powder foundation and I loved it even though it was so fucking orange. I was tanning in a tanning bed. I was quite orange at that time as well. It's a trend with me. I like being orange, I don't know what to say. But horrifying. Not a good powder. Blech. I don't know how we did it. Lord almighty, I swear we really were cashing our checks and going to Ulta every Friday or whatever our day off was.
Somebody, like, I remember doing this a lot. I would look up dupes videos, even for things that I didn't want. I would just buy all of the dupes.
You know
because
how
I was like, I'm saving money.
Neutral palettes we got? You know how many Laura Geller eyeshadow palettes I bought? Knowing damn well they were
Laura Geller. Oh, I forgot about the Laura Geller ones. Those were not great. Those were not great.
Those were so bad, but I loved them because they were just like a wash of color, and at the time
they were so, because the little eyeshadow pans were like little bubbles.
Yeah,
oh, they were so cute.
Oh my god, we wasted so much money. It's painful, but we're saving well now. We've got plenty of money. I don't know when we're gonna buy a house. We were on like a real house hunt like 4 months ago, and then we kind of decided to back down.
I'd rather save for, like, obviously we've discussed this with our parents, but I'd rather save for another year and then buy a house, because I didn't want to deplete my savings by putting 20% down on a house. Like, I want to put as much down on a house as I can, but I want to have enough in backup where I'm comfortable. Like, we have a lot of money saved.
And we need couches, we need TVs, we need all this stuff.
So we're gonna, I mean, we have, like, every time we buy a new thing, like if my parents get a new coffee pot, for example, we inherit the old one. So we have some things, but there are still things that we will need to buy.
I think I'm gonna buy like a TV on Black Friday because you can get them so cheap, and that way I can just put it in storage until we move out.
Yeah, I mean, because we want a house. I don't want to rent anything. We want to buy it because it makes more sense that way. But also, like, the future is so uncertain. I'm not talking about like COVID. I'm talking about like, we're both in relationships. What happens if one of us gets engaged?
I'm okay, or like one of us has another kid, or like
God forbid.
Well, not me.
God forbid.
Are we in focus?
I think so.
My eyes must just be playing with me today. I don't know what's going on.
You still see your second pair of eyes?
No, I saw it through most of the video. I don't see it now.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I believe it's there. But, I would love if we could buy like a little, like a townhome and each get a side of it. That would be perfect, because my biggest thing with not my biggest thing, because we shared a womb. We shared a room up until like mid-high school. Like, we slept in the same bed. We have always been attached at the hip. The thought of us not living next door to each other is at furthest
mentally destroying me.
It's terrifying. I don't know, like, my boyfriend's always like, he wants to move out of state at some point, and I'm like, only if Vic moves. I don't know how to do it. And so
when she went off to college, I sobbed every day. Every single day I was she slept in my room that night because she was gonna leave the next day, and I was like, it's fine, I'm fine. And we were laying there and I was like, what am I gonna do when you leave? And then she dropped out, so it was all better.
I wasn't even gone a whole year. I was just like, this sucks, bye. I came home. But I don't know why we went on this rant, but you know, we're just talking.
The more you know about us, probably the worse, actually.
But it's a whole thing, and I would love to move out, like, you know, maybe winter, next summer, whatever. I don't want to stay here forever, even though I love my
Worst case scenario is we get a big house and we live together with both of our boyfriends. We split the floors. Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it, but it's not just our choice. So that's kind of where the issue lies. I would have no problem if we were both married living in the same house. None at all.
Me either.
Not even a whisper of a problem in my mind.
The only thing is that we both want a lot of kids. So it's like, how are we gonna live in a house with 20 people running around, you know? Like, I want like 8
The
kids.
Bosnians do it.
You're right. You're right. I would have no problem living here for the rest of my life either, but my parents probably would.
We're just very like close with our family, and so it would be weird if we were all just like spread out and all this stuff. But I don't know, I keep checking because we live in a nice house. We live in a very nice house. Our next door
neighbor is selling her house too.
I know, and it would be perfect, but it's just we don't need something that nice.
It's a little out of our price range, but when we went and we like looked at houses, even like bad, ugly, disgusting houses were listed at close to that price. So I'm like, maybe it makes sense, you know? I would love that house. It's such a nice house. It's borderline perfect for us. It's just really nice. That's the only thing. It's a little bit nicer than we necessarily need. Yeah.
However, the idea is still somewhat on the table. It just, I think it depends.
I think because we've been so good with money recently, the idea of dropping each like
20 plus thousand dollars,
like if I have to transfer,
I just spent the last year and a half of my life saving up that amount of money.
So much money. Yeah, and like the idea of me looking at my savings account and not seeing that giant number in there, it causes my like heart palpitations, like problems in my soul. Like if I have to transfer any money from my savings account to my checking account,
I feel like I failed.
I'm like, wow, I'm awful. I'm the worst, disgusting human. So irresponsible, terrible.
We're just incredibly obnoxious. And I know most of you probably know that by now. From this point on, this is the end of the video. No more speaking.
But
God, you stink. I'm gonna shower after this.